And welcome back to more Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. Last time, we continued making our way very, very slowly and inefficiently through Eagle's Tower, and I don't want to speak too soon, but I think this time we can actually clear this. We are so close to getting through the bulk of the dungeon, we're so close to getting to the end of the puzzle. I was actually giving it some thought right now, and I feel like this midpoint isn't really a midpoint. It's more like just a warp for the Switch for convenience to kind of trick out certain puzzles. So yeah, me being like, why is this a midpoint? It's like, I don't think it was intended to be a midpoint in all fairness. It's mostly just a warp. Yeah, just to do some cool things with the puzzle design. Alright, up here, we can finally use our key on this block. And now we have to make our way somewhere. Where do we go from here? Wait. Okay, now I'm just confused. Now I'm just really confused. Because to get to this room... Am I missing something really major? Like, is there a bombable wall I'm completely missing or something? Because it feels like it's gonna be something like that. Oh, that's cool. I've actually never tried that before. Deflecting back the blast from the, Beamos. That's really nifty. Again, I just never thought to try that, apparently. How do we get to this room? Okay, the reason I'm having trouble with this is, to get to this room, we need the orange... Actually, we don't. Do we? Yeah, we do. We need the orange blocks to be down to get to this room, but we also need the blue blocks to be down to get to this room. Unless I'm missing something really obvious. Which could still be the case, in all fairness. I feel like the Beamos is way more persistent than normal. It's also weird, the mirror shell doesn't feel that helpful. Like, it's there and it's cool, but like, it doesn't feel like it's helping us very much at the moment. I have to go to the other side to defeat the enemy. Actually, I wonder if defeating this enemy will actually drop something useful for us. Apparently not. We can't go to the 4th floor until after we do this puzzle. Yeah, my big conundrum is... To get to the segment, we need the orange blocks down. To get to the next segment, we need the blue blocks down. How do you basically, like, rectify these two contradictory setups, basically? I've made it this far without using a guide. I feel like I might as well stick it out at this point. Like, it'd just be wrong to swap to using a guide at this point. One thing is, I actually had a guide open for the other stuff. I had it scrolled, though, to a point where you get to some beak. I did it in a completely different roundabout way. Speaking of which, I wonder if there is something like down here, like in these pathways. So that takes you here, that doesn't help. So the only staircase here is on this side. What if there's a bombable wall here? I'm gonna double back really quick. Just to make sure I'm not missing something. Because if it is just a bombable wall, that would solve some of my problems with this. Again, this paradox I'm facing. Not a bombable wall. Okay, so we have peace of mind, and that's not what it is. Here I was thinking this would be a short segment, but then... Turns out there's still quite a bit more to unravel here. Yeah, see, this is the problem. How do you get past these blocks? Why do I have a terrible feeling? No, it's not gonna be that. I can't throw it, so it's not that. I was like, do I have to throw it to a switch down below? If there was a crystal nearby, that would obviously be the solution. But that obviously can't be it. And again, even pushing that block wouldn't help you. Also, I feel like you should be able to make this jump, really. There has to be another switch somewhere that's hidden out of sight. That's the only solution I can think of. Maybe there is another solution, but again, that's the only one I can directly think of right now. So I want to double check down in the lower left of this, room. Or in this floor, I should say. Yeah, I feel like this is way more complicated than even I was expecting going into this dungeon, and I expected it to be complicated. So nothing there. I can't... Okay, so that block is only to help you get back. Okay, weird thought. What if we defeat all the enemies in this room? Does something happen? Because that would solve my problem if a crystal showed up in this room by defeating enemies. That is not the solution. Cool. Yeah, what the heck am I missing? Ow. What if it's something as simple as like it's hidden in a pot or something in the room? I feel like I have the boomerang equipped because it's just the most efficient way to deal with enemies in most circumstances. Okay, I've legitimately hit the point where I am completely... Never mind, I'm not completely stumped. I have an idea. One last idea before I give up. Can I throw the bomb like this? And will that do something? It's, I guess, another important question here. Doesn't seem like it. Okay. I am officially gonna cave and look up the solution. Just because I legitimately have no idea of what I'm supposed to be doing. Maybe I'm not supposed to be here yet. Maybe I'm doing this completely out of order. Just, it feels like to get to this room... Wait. Where is it? It's in this room. Have I just been overthinking it this entire time? I think I've just been overthinking it this entire time. It's actually... What am I doing? I was trying to skip ahead. This is later, I think. Wow, okay, I think I just wasted a ton of time, trying to figure this out. So, my actual theory is... we just need to go through this door, basically. And that's all there was to it this whole time. Yikes. Yeah, I didn't even look it up, by the way. I just had this realization of like, wait a minute, I don't need to do this upper level. What am I trying to do here? What I was trying to do is skip ahead to something else, I imagine. Normally, I feel like I'd be like, I want to cut out this part of the recording, but part of me actually wants to leave it in, because again, this just kind of the way this dungeon goes. Sometimes. Wait, is that right? What direction, what block color do I need? Is it orange or blue? I think I need... yeah, I think I need blue. So I think this is right. I've been here so long, I've already forgotten, like, the basic navigation of just getting to where I want to go to experiment. Yeah, I think this is right. For what I want to try, at least. Alright. I think... if I am not mistaken, if I'm on the right track and not completely trying to skip steps and failing because you can't really sequence break that much here, I think all I actually needed to do this whole time was just go up here. Like, actually, I think that's all I needed to do. Let's see if I'm right. If I'm not right, then I'm really at a loss. But I think this is actually what I was supposed to do. Yep, it was that easy the whole time. Wow, okay. Now we have access to all this stuff. The fourth floor is just the dungeon, by the way. Not the dungeon, the reward, I'm pretty sure. I apologize for how long this took. Again, it was just me jumping a step, basically. That you're not able to skip. So that being finally taken care of, we have a new section here. Yes, there's still more dungeons somehow. The boss key actually goes here. But it's not that simple, because of course it's not that simple. What the heck is this treasure chest over here supposed to be? I'm just gonna do this and take care of it. I don't want to worry about fighting off the Abimos right now. And I also can't play chess, apparently. Fun fact, I actually have never played chess in real life. It's pretty obvious if I'm being blunt. Based on the fact that I'm not entirely certain about the positioning of those horse statues or chess pieces for the puzzle. I keep botching it. See, this is another example. Secret medicine. We already have it. You put it back. Twilight Princess angst ensues. For context, Twilight Princess is really, really bad about, oh, you already have this, let's put it back. And it's like, really, game? Really? We're finally out. Bah, I'm not going to hold back. I'm going to make you wish you were never born. So our next boss is the Evil Eagle. Can I? Wow, the boomerang works. That trivializes this fight a bunch. Yeah, you can stun it out of the air and then start attacking with the sword. So yeah, this feels like a fight that was not meant to have the boomerang, because you really break this fight with it. It's kind of a nice little catharsis, though, after how long we'd spent in this dungeon, to be honest. At least it has a lot of health, so it makes sense that it's not the easiest to stun lock, or that it is kind of easy to stun lock, or stun out of attacks, I should say. I hope that doesn't reset the boss's health, because some games do that. I think the worm, Moldorm, I think is what it's actually called. Yeah, please don't reset his health because I fell down. It didn't. My energy, gone. I lost. But you will be lost too if the windfish wakes. Same as me, you are in his dream. And with that, we are finally free. What is that, number 16? I think that's our 16th heart container. Yep, so, we still have a ways to go, clearly. Now, where do we actually go from here? Is another question I have. I think we actually go back down. So now this door opens up, and there we go. You got the Organ of Evening Calm. Ocarina. The music of the ocarina leads. No owl this time? I'm actually a little surprised. Whew. And with that, we are done with this dungeon. Finally. That took way too long. Again, I was very concerned going in that this dungeon would take a really long time. And I was right. It did take a long time. I don't see the next dungeon taking nearly as long, which is weird. I just have this gut feeling like it won't be as bad. Mildly bad, potentially, but not as bad. So, Guardian Acorn, not really super helpful at the moment. So now we have to go, somewhere. I'm actually not sure. I think we have to go to the west side again. So we have to backtrack a little bit. But yeah, just to reiterate, I do like the dungeon, as slightly exhausting as it is. Again, it's definitely... I can see arguments against it, because of just how convoluted it is, but I personally get some enjoyment out of it, at least. Preemptively equipping the hookshot, no reason. Alright, so when we come over here... Somebody help! Hey Link! Some monsters put me up here! What should I do? I'm afraid of heights. Well... yeah, well, that was a surprise. Link, thank you. Say, Link, I don't know how to say this, but... Marin! Huh? Terran? Never mind. I gotta go. Hoot, that girl sang her song in front of the egg. Her ballad of the windfish is a song of awakening. Did she actually intend to wake the windfish? The next siren's instrument is in the west. Play your melodies so the unliving stones might hear. Show your courage, the windfish waits for you, Hoot. So our next dungeon is to the west, but we are going to call things here for now. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me next time for more The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening.